Fine, we'll start with the next problem. Now, the last 2 to 3 problems, whatever I'm solving, that is very important because you get this for 15 marks. Sometimes you get it even for the case study also. So, please concentrate on these problems. The last 3 problems that I'm going to do, that will be compulsorily asked in your exams. Either they ask you for 15 marks or they ask you as a case study also. So, please don't leave this chapter in option. Okay, you have to study this. Now just concentrate as I am reading out the question. The FAST Limited went into voluntary liquidation on 31/12/2015, on which date the balance sheet is given. So in this problem you have balance sheet which was not given in your previous problems. So this is a new problem where you have your balance sheet given. So we have share capital, we have reserves and surplus which is minus 50,000. Minus 50,000 says it is a loss. And moreover, we don't consider reserve and surplus in the problem at all, so we are not going to worry about this. Under the current liability, we have short-term borrowings and we have trade payable. Under your assets, we have tangible fixed assets, intangible fixed assets which is goodwill, then stock, debtors and cash. Now just look into the notes that is given in the problem. Share capital is 10,000 shares of rupees 10 each, which is 1 lakh. Reserves and surplus is a debit balance which indicates it is a loss. Bank overdraft is unsecured, which is 20,000. So whenever you have bank overdraft in the problem, you have to consider it as an unsecured creditors. In this they have given it as unsecured, but few of the problems they will not mention. So at that time you have to consider bank overdraft as an unsecured creditor. Under your trade payable, you have preferential creditors 4,000, unsecured creditors 56,000, partly secured creditors on building which is 20,000. I'll tell you what you have to do with this. Tangible fixed assets, you have building 25,000, machinery 30,000. Then apart from this, they have told you the liquidator has realized the following assets. Building he has realized for 12,000, machinery for 25,000, stock for 30,000, debtors for 13,000 and cash for 1,000. Expense of liquidation is 4,600. The liquidator's remuneration was fixed at 4% on the amount realized, excluding cash. So when you're calculating on the amount realized, you should not include the cash. And 2% on the distribution available to unsecured creditors. Prepare the liquidator's final statement of account. So first I'll tell you what is different in this problem. In this problem you have a balance sheet which is given, which was not there in the previous problem. Second, here you have unsecured creditors, bank overdraft, and they've given you creditors separately. Means preference creditors is given, unsecured creditors is given, partly secured creditors on building 20,000 is given. So this is a new adjustment that we are supposed to do. So I'll tell you how we have to go about this. Please listen properly and watch the video, okay? So I'm going to just start the problem here. It is actually problem number 12. So from the receipt side, we start by writing your cash in hand and cash at bank. In this problem, if you see, you have cash here which is 1,000. So I'm considering it as a cash in hand. Okay, so to cash in hand, I'm writing it as 1,000. Then what do we write? We write surplus of your secured creditors. So please listen here properly. Partly secured creditors on building is 20,000, which means I know I have kept building as a security and I have taken the loan. That is why it is called as secured creditors. And I have taken a loan of 20,000. Now what are they telling you? The building is sold for only 12,000. The liquidator realized the assets, means the building is sold now for 12,000, but I had taken a loan of how much? 20,000. but now I have sold the building for only 12,000. So what is happening here? In the previous problem and all, I might have taken loan for 20,000, but when I have sold the asset, I would have got more than 20. So that is why I called it as a surplus. But in this problem, I cannot call it as surplus because I have not realized for more than 20. I have not sold it for more than 20,000. I have sold it for less than 20,000, which is only 12,000. So that remaining 8,000 means 20 minus 12. That remaining 8,000 you have to treat it as unsecured creditors. Okay, I hope it is clear to all. What am I doing here? In your previous problem, we consider surplus secured creditors. That is, if I have taken an asset and on that if I have taken a loan, say I have taken a loan of 1 lakh rupees, and when I sell that asset, I would have made a profit of 1 lakh 20 or 1 lakh 50. So obviously it is more than what I have kept it for loan. But in this problem, I have taken the asset for 20,000 loan, but now when I have sold the asset, I have sold it for 12,000. Means it is sold for a lesser amount. So what will you do? That 8,000 balance that you are supposed to pay, that 8,000 balance that you are supposed to pay will be treated as my unsecured creditors. Okay. So I will just do a small note here so that you will understand. I am writing a note here. Okay. In the note, I will mention it as there is no surplus from secured creditors as the building was realized or sold. Okay, as the building was sold for a lesser amount than the loan amount. What is that? I had taken a loan of 20, but now I have sold it for only 12,000. So this 8,000 will not be treated as surplus. Okay, it will not be treated as surplus. Instead, it should be considered as unsecured creditors. Okay, I hope the note is clear to all. There is no surplus from secured creditors as the building was sold for a lesser amount than the loan amount. So this 8,000 will not be treated as surplus. Instead, it should be considered as unsecured creditors. Okay. So later we'll calculate how much is the total unsecured creditors. So first we'll finish off here. So here I will not write surplus. So directly I will write my assets realized. Now when you are writing your assets realized, in the problem they have given you the liquidator has realized these assets. But remember, I cannot write building, okay? Because building 12,000 was paid to the secured creditors and the remaining I am taking it as an unsecured creditor. So you cannot write building here. You have to write machinery, stock, debtors, only that, okay? So here I am going to write assets realized as, first is machinery, which was realized at 25,000. Then is stock, which was realized at 30,000. Then you have debtors realized at 13,000. So this total will give me 68,000. Okay, please remember, do not write building here because building has a separate calculation. So I am not going to show the building under assets realized. So receipt side is done. We'll move ahead with the payment side. So I start by writing what? Liquidation expense. Liquidation expense given is 4,600. Then I write liquidators remuneration. Okay. So remuneration you have two. One percentage is at 4 and the other percentage is at 2. Okay. So here I am going to write working note for liquidators remuneration. Okay. So they have told it is 4% on amount realized, but do not include your cash. That is excluding cash. Excluding cash, how much is the amount realized? 68,000. Correct? I am not including 1,000. It is only 68,000. But it is not just 68,000. Here you have to include your building which was realized at 12,000. So when you're calculating your remuneration, you have to include your building. But when you're writing in your problem, you cannot show the building because it is given to your secured creditors. Okay, but in the calculation of remuneration, you have to consider even the building amount also. So please keep this in mind. Okay, 68,000 plus 12,000, you get 80,000. Okay, so 80,000 4%, the remuneration will be 3,200. So here I am writing 4%, 3,200. Next they have told you it is 2% on unsecured creditors. So when you are writing your unsecured creditors, check whether you have debentures. If you have debentures, write debentures first and then do the calculation. Here there is no debentures, so I am directly doing the calculation here. For unsecured creditors, the percentage mentioned is 2. So 2% on unsecured creditors. So how do you do? Same thing, I find out what is the actual available balance in the problem and I compare this with the amount to be paid or amount given in the question. Okay, amount to be paid given in the question or amount given in the question, both means the same. How do you find out your actual available balance? Receipts minus payment. So under the receipt side, I have 1,000 plus 68,000 minus payment side 4,600 plus 3,200. So I get 61,200 as my available balance. How much is the amount that is given in the question for unsecured creditors? Amount given in the question for unsecured creditors is preference creditors 4,000, unsecured creditors 56,000 and partly secured creditors. So this is secured creditors. So we'll just do a small calculation for unsecured creditors. So here I am giving the heading as calculation of unsecured creditors. Remember, your preference creditor should always be included in your unsecured creditors. So first I am writing preference creditors. Preference creditors given in the problem is 4,000. Unsecured creditors given is 56,000. Okay. So I am writing first 4,000. Then I am writing unsecured creditors 56,000, which is already given in the question. Then you also have one more unsecured creditors, which is bank overdraft. So that also I am writing here as bank OD 20,000. Okay. Then remember building, correct, because building here it was 20,000 but it was sold for only 12,000. So I told you the balance should be considered as unsecured. So here I am going to write it as balance of building. That is 8,000. How is it 8,000? 20,000 minus 12,000. So all this will give me a total of my unsecured creditors. Okay. So please remember, when unsecured creditors is not directly given in the problem, this is how you do your unsecured calculation. And preference creditors, every time it should be included in unsecured creditors. So that is why I am starting with preference creditors. This unsecured creditors 56,000 is already given. Bank OD also is already given and they have told us to consider it as unsecured. This is something that we have calculated. This is actually a secured creditors. I had taken a loan of 20,000, but now when I have sold it for less than 20. So that balance, whatever I am supposed to pay, that I am going to treat it as my unsecured creditors. So only I have included that here. Okay, so that is 8,000. So my total unsecured creditors, if you see, it is 88,000. Okay. So now compare these two. Which formula you have to use? Actual balance is only 61,200, but amount to be paid is 88,000. So since I don't have enough of balance, I will be using second formula. So what is the second formula? Remuneration is equal to cash available into percentage of commission divided by 100 plus percentage of commission. So you get 1,200. So at 2% I am writing here 1,200. Okay. So please see this calculation and understand it. Then as usual I am writing preferential creditors, which is 4,000. After preferential creditors, I am supposed to write unsecured creditors. Before that, check whether you have available balance. Definitely we don't have available balance. That is why I have used second formula. So my problem will get closed here and I am going to write this as my balancing figure. Okay, so this side you have 69,000 minus 4,600, 3,200, 1,200 and 4,000. So you get 56,000 and I close the problem with 69,000. Okay. So kindly understand and do this problem. See, the problem, if you see, it is very simple, but the working note you have to understand. Try to understand this part of working note. This you will definitely get in your exam. So please go through the problem. If you have any doubts, ask me today itself. If you pile up the doubts and keep it off for the next day, then you will not be able to understand. Okay, so please go through it, watch the video again and again. Even after watching it, if you have doubts, you ask me, I'll explain it to you.